From being announced all the way back in 2019 at San Diego Comic-Con, and after numerous delays, finally, we are getting Marvel's first family back on the big screen this July with the Fantastic Four First Steps. This is make or break for Marvel. Their most important movie of the year lies on the shoulders of director Matt Shakman, who is expected to deliver another banger and give us the long overdue quintessential Fantastic Four movie that we have never gotten. If this fails, it's GG. The Fantastic Four was originally slated for release in November of last year, then delayed to February, again to May, then once more to its current release date of July 25th. I don't blame Marvel too much though for the delays, since there was the Hollywood strike back in 2023 that played a big role in this. But what was in Marvel's hands was the cast and director changes. Director of the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, John Watts, was originally hired as director for the movie, but after being diagnosed with superhero fatigue, he stepped down and was replaced with director of the Disney Plus series WandaVision, Matt Shakman. I really dig this director change. Watts is a good director, don't get me wrong. I love the Home trilogy, but he's a very safe by the book choice. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that his movies don't got enough seasoning in them. They don't got that spice or that sauce. This is the opposite of Shakman. WandaVision was a breath of fresh air and nothing like we've ever gotten before in the MCU. And he's already translating this with the Fantastic Four movie. Set in the 1960s in a retro-futuristic alternate timeline, the new Fantastic Four movie is not set in the MCU. This is super dope. I always wondered how they were going to fit the Fantastic Four into the MCU. If it was going to be a prequel set in the 60s, maybe an origin story present day. But look at Eternals though, for example. Eternals is an example of what not to do. It was incredibly stupid for how they were introduced into the MCU. It makes zero sense to have it where they existed this whole time, lurking in the shadows, but on timeout and not being allowed to use their powers. Marvel was able to get around this loophole for the Fantastic Four by setting it in a completely different universe. This allows the movie to get super creative and build a new environment that we've never seen before. So in Shakman, we trust. Now let's get to the castings. It's no secret that Marvel has had way too difficult of a time casting the Fantastic Four. John Krasinski played the smartest man alive in Sam Raimi's Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Krasinski was a very popular fan casting for Reed, and Marvel made that dream casting into reality. Kinda? Smartest man my ass. Krasinski was fine in the role. Honestly, I can't even rate his performance since he had like 2 minutes of screen time with like 5 lines of dialogue. He looked cool though. I liked the beard. The suit was eh. Krasinski is an exceptional actor, so if he was going to be the main Reed Richards, I would be content. But I knew he wasn't going to be. If Krasinski was going to be the MCU's main Reed, then they would have announced it back in 2022. But Marvel remained quiet. A big star-studded cast was in search for the movie. One of the best actors alive right now, Adam Driver, was offered the role of Mr. Fantastic. It's gonna cost a lot of M's for Kylo Ren to star in your movie. Emma Stone was also offered the role of Sue Storm, but also declined because of how pricey she was going to be. Other names were also thrown out there. I think Jake Gyllenhaal was in talks at one point, which I don't know how the heck they would have made that work. Different universe, so I guess. So it looked like nobody in Hollywood wanted to play Marvel's first family. Until early 2024, Marvel announced on Valentine's Day with the social media post the official cast. Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards, Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm, Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and Ebon Moss-Bachrach as Ben Grimm, aka The Thing. Finally, Marvel had their first family. The casting was received very mixed online. From what I saw, people loved Kirby as Sue and Moss-Bachrach as The Thing, but were very mixed with Pascal as Mr. Fantastic and Quinn as the Human Torch. But I love this casting. Look, I'm not gonna lie. When I heard Pedro Pascal was gonna be playing Mr. Fantastic, I too was skeptical, because his name was never brought up. Pedro Pascal was like the last person anyone could have guessed to play Reed Richards. So at first, I was confused. I was like, what is this? But after sitting down and thinking about it, I actually really like this. Pascal is an incredible actor with a lot of range. He's gonna kill it. Pedro Pascal, you are the smartest man alive in the whole multiverse. And Joseph Quinn as the Human Torch? Fire! Similar to Pascal, I would have never guessed, but he's a phenomenal actor. The best actors are the ones that prove you wrong. Heath Ledger as Joker, Ben Affleck as Batman. The movies were ass, but he was great. Point is, I love this cast. Unexpected, but I think it will work. Now, we haven't gotten any official trailer yet. There has been some leaks on the internet, but most likely what will happen is similar to Deadpool and Wolverine. The Super Bowl is our best bet to get the first trailer for the Fantastic Four First Steps. So the pressure is on. If this fails, if they don't make a good movie, we might never get another Fantastic Four movie. Doesn't help that this movie releases just 2 weeks after after James Gunn's Superman movie, which I am predicting will be the biggest movie of the summer, maybe even of the whole year. There's hope though. Galactus is set to be the main villain of the movie, which is awesome. We finally get to see Galactus on the big screen. Shut up, no, that cloud crap didn't happen. Regardless, I actually like those early 2000 movies. I still watch them from time to time. Not because they're good or anything. It's funny as heck watching and making fun of how bad it actually was. Those movies are bad, but in a good way type of bad. There's also a good chance that we get to see RDJ as Doom in a post-credit scene or something. I think the plot will go a little like this. Potential spoilers maybe? I don't know. This is really just me theorizing. I think the movie will end with Galactus winning and gobbling up the alternate Earth of the Fantastic Four. But in a desperate attempt, they barely manage to escape, and somehow, some way, they end up in the MCU. Then in a post-credit scene, it is revealed that RDJ's Doctor Doom also escaped and is now in the MCU as well. This would explain how RDJ is Doom in the MCU. It's because he's from a different universe, most likely the same as the one we'll see in First Steps. Then that leads to Doomsday. I think it's a cool premise to make the Fantastic Four from a different universe. My only question is, where's the Fantastic Four from the MCU? Do they not exist? Are they dead? Did they ever become superheroes? Are they just a band? Lots and lots of questions that we'll get answers to in July, but we'll probably leave having more. Oh, and I definitely think First Steps is a nod to Franklin Richards. This won't be an origin story. This is a much older group of the Fantastic Four. So by the end of the movie, baby Franklin takes his first steps. Literally. And that's it. The end. July is going to be a super fantastic month. I can't wait, and I will be there no matter what. But at the end of the day, we gotta see the OG cast again in a Secret Wars or something. We got Johnny already, but we missing 3 more.